Hello. Um, Believe it or not, I have tried to video this before. I had a heck of a mess. But I've had more than a few friends write and ask how I'm doing and if I would tell the truth. And I think they've said that they haven't seen me post anything for a while. I have posted, but just mostly memories. I have a really hard time managing the tablet these days. I tend to lose messages that I'm writing or posts or maybe I'll be writing along and get it all accomplished, but my fingers seem too heavy to keep from repeating the letters over and over or whatever. I'm just struggling. And I don't really have the energy to write the way I used to. I really wish I could, and I tried writing snail mail, but I'm putting my grandkids as a priority, trying to get each of them a book with my writing. It's not going well. I'm managing, but it is very slow, and my writing is quite sloppy. But I read Dakota's story to her this last weekend, and she was delighted. So it made it so worth it. And then Austin has read his book to me, or to himself maybe. But he seemed truly grateful. He told me that he really liked the book. And so I do my best to make that a priority, but it's really fallen by the wayside, and nothing's really seems to be getting done. But I do write short notes for snail mail sometimes, and occasionally I send a message or try to do an email, and sometimes I try to make a post, but it's a struggle. So that's where I'm at. I have always told the truth, even if you don't believe me. If I had a pain in the past, the pain would be maybe I'd twist or bend wrong or whatever, and it would be like, ow. And then within a short time, I didn't have the pain anymore. And a lot of people would have me carrying that pain as if, it was constant, and it wasn't. It was momentary. Um, but anyway, let's see. I'd been getting 2 or 3 times a week with physical therapy here at my house, and then they decided I needed to get out and come see them. And so it was set up that I go to physical therapy in Pawnee City. And uh, my therapy crew just felt like it would be good. Um, they see me as a social creature, and they thought it would be good for me to get out and go a little bit. I am a social creature, but my history has proven well that um, people tend to come to me, and I haven't had to go too much to anyone else outside of usually long distances. I make a terrible neighbor, um, pretty awful close knit friend. Um, but I make a pretty good friend from afar. I don't know why that is. Selfishness, I don't have a clue. I'm just it's the way I believe it's the way I'm made. Um, and I thought living up on the house on the hill um, was kind of appropriate for me. But um, but I also realized that I need to get out there and see my neighbors. Um, One of my old bosses has, or he did have, just a wonderful, beautiful litter of pups. And I haven't even been out to see them, and I know that I would love them. Um, but I can't have another dog unless I'm babysitting somebody's dog or something. I can't put another dog through, or I can't put a dog through possibly losing their person. It just breaks my heart too much. And I just watched one of my best friends that let me live in her house for little over 7 years, um, have to be moved to a home, a care home, and she lost her pups. And I know, thank God, she can't remember too much, but those dogs, they do remember, and I know it got hard on them at the end, um, and I think they'll be very happy if they find that compassion that she had for them again. But I just pray that the transition will bless them and not be hard, because they're two little brother pups. Well, they're 4 years old, coming 5, but they loved that woman, and she was their person, and she took good care of them while she could. And I hope the puppies find a person of compassion and understanding who will just make their lives a living wonder, you know. And I hope they can stay together if possible. But Anyway, I'm not going to do that to a dog. And I don't know how many days I have left. None of us do. But there is no sense in bringing another pup into the house when um, I would fall in love with the pup would fall in love with me, and the doctors do not give me a good prognosis. So, um, God does. Um, but regardless, I need to be responsible, and I travel sometimes, and I like to have my pups with me, or pup, and I don't want to I don't want to change my ways, and I don't want to leave a dog behind. So no judgment towards those who do. It's just not my thing. I've got horses, I've got cats, and I've got the love of Walter always with me, and that will remain. Uh, so anyway, I went over Mother's Day, a little before Mother's Day, out to Idaho, and I took the 6 hour drive with my daughter, and we attended um, Chelsea's recital. It's a ballet recital that they hold every year, and it's national competition, and I just love to see it. And Rena and I had been planning it for a year. My job is to attend to the littles while Rena attends to Chelsea. Um, but I gotta say, I was worthless. um, they parked us clear on the north side of the park, Lagoon Park, and then they had us walk clear over to the south side of the park, and I was pretty well lagging behind. I was um, very fatigued from the flight from Omaha to Phoenix to Boise, and and I um, that was a lot of walking. I think we walked at least a mile across the park, and I had walked some, but not that far, and not without a break, and it was definitely a workout for me. And when we got over to where Chelsea was, her grandpa Way came and met me at the gate, which I didn't know him, and he asked if he could do anything, and he told me he had some health problems that caused him to not be able to walk too good just a few weeks ago, or I mean a few weeks prior, Anyway, I didn't know him, and I said, we should have got the wheelchair, but um, didn't know whether they would accept my credit card or something. And anyway, I turned around and kept walking. He told me later that when I was there, they didn't have any wheelchairs, and I wouldn't have been able to get one. Um, they had to clean it, but when he got there, they had one back, and it was cleaned and ready, and so he got it for me. And he just pushed me around to Chelsea's recitals, which were all in the same place. And um, it was, I was really grateful, super grateful. And Chelsea told me that her grandma and grandpa enjoyed doing that for me. And her grandma, Way, um, she pulled the big old wagon that Jaron had been pulling back when we went back to the car, and he pushed me in the wheelchair. So really lifesavers, and um, saints, um, super grateful for them. And um, anyway, Chelsea got a gold first place and 2 seconds, I think. And she had a little solo, and she was just so fun to watch. And I was really sad that didn't get to watch the next competition a couple weeks later. Kiara would have also competed, and Chelsea would have competed again, but their mom promised to video them, so I'm hopeful that somebody was able. Um, but when we got home from Lagoon, another 6 hour drive um, from the park to home, um, I got to watch Jaron in Jiu-Jitsu. I can't ever pronounce that very good. And he got a new stripe on his belt. Um, and he was just so cute and good at it. I'm really happy for him to be there. And then one of my old coworkers and friends, um, he helps teach the Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and so he was working with my grandson a lot. And I have forgotten that other guy's name, but anyway, they're both very nice, and it was fun to watch. And then we got home and for the night, and Logan made us a wonderful steak and corn on the cob and mashed potato um, dinner for Mother's Day, Rena and myself. And oh my gosh, that was so, so, so good. And I guess Jaron had the flu that night. So I don't know what day that was, but Jaren had the flu that night, and in the middle of the night, Rena and some of the girls and myself, and then later Chelsea uh, got the flu. That was a day after Jaren though. It was a little 24-hour thing, but oh my goodness, I was so scared that um, I was just praying, Lord, don't let a rib break because any of my bones can break at any time because of the hormone blocker I'm on and because of the radiation that I had been taking. I don't know. I think it's mostly the hormone blocker at this point causes the bones to weaken. But um, I'm not able to do radiation right now because of the hip replacement. But um, for some reason, after all that fatigue of travel, not sleeping, even though Jaren's bed was wonderfully comfortable and I slept really good when I did sleep, I wasn't getting sleep till about 1 a.m. for some reason. And um, anyway, we were all sick most of the week, but uh, we also had a tremendous amount of fun. And I got to see two of my friends, one being the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu um, teacher, Tom, and uh, the other one being one of the teachers, trainers, or something at the grade school. She's gonna be mad that I don't even know what she does. No, she won't be mad. She's the gal that bought my horse Flippy, and he's 25, I think, and still, she spends time out there doing some of the old Pirelli stuff and whatnot. Now I think my mom's home. Um, I don't see her. Yep, she's here. Um, so now I'm talking into this camera and mom's here, but we'll test whether she can hear. She probably come look for me though. Anyway, when I left Boise, fatigued, just after being sick a few days after, and what else? I went back into flying from Boise to Phoenix to Omaha, and I was emotional leaving the grandkids and Rena and Logan, and um, and I was fatigued, and it hurt to walk, and I could not find somebody to give me a wheelchair and a person to push it, and I had to walk a lot further, which made caused me to be feeling more emotional, more fatigued, all those things. Seemed to take a long time there in Boise, but um, by the time I got to Phoenix, everything was smoothed out, and I was able to do what was needed. Um, my son picked me up. They wheelchaired me right on out to him, and then we had a 3 hour drive home. But we did okay because I think he had my pickup. Yeah, he had my pickup, and it seems to be easiest to ride in most most of the time. Um, but anyway, it seems like it therapy. I just felt weaker and more sore and miserable, and the therapist did a test and proved to me that I am doing way better than I was before. I can do so many more things than I used to be able to do, but it's just hurting more in the ribs and in the tailbone. And the ribs definitely probably need to be looked at. Although I talked to doctors today and trying to match up with somebody from the Methodist hospital. Um, she did tell me that they are people of faith because I said I was having a little trouble with Cancer Partners of Nebraska because I did not feel that they were believers in anything but science. And I understand that I am to be a light in any situation. Um, but it was very helpful for me to receive the light from my care providers at the Methodist, and every one of them were very faithful people in God, and um, I believe you have to um, look at the strength of God um, in order to work there. I don't know, but every person I met was a light in a dark place, and they said I was a light in a dark place too, but um, at that time I was really given a lot of grace to have as many people care as did. And um, anyway, now my mom's been planting flowers, and I haven't felt like I had the strength um, to even go out and watch. I couldn't. I'm not sitting down comfortably, other than in this chair. Sometimes I have to. Even sleeping was not comfortable until a couple nights, 2, 3 nights ago, um, just because of my ribs and my backbone, kind of the lower lumbar tailbone area. And but now it seems like I can roll over easier and sit up easier and things like that. And um, so hopefully we're coming past this. Um, so it gets me emotionally when I can't help mom, when I even could make myself, but I don't feel well enough to do that. So I don't know. Uh, Dying to the flesh, I reckon. Um, and strengthened as is necessary, and then accepting the faith that I've been given, and um, knowing that when I'm weak, God says I'm strong, and that He is strong, and He's alive in me, and I don't need to be afraid or anxious for anything. But I've been really blessed to not have pain in my life for the most part, outside of, for some reason, getting a little overloaded by other people's pain sometimes. It was usually not my own. And so when I have pain and weakness, it's unfamiliar to me, and I get a little bit snarky, I think. But not with God. I believe I wake up with praise, and I go to sleep with praise. And I think it doesn't take a lot to make me smile. Um, and I do think that I think on the things that are good and faithful and trustworthy and kind, generous, all the things that the Holy Spirit leads us in. I think that's my natural, or it has become my natural. And I guess I don't have very good tolerance for um, believing what man says or um, what I see in the world. Um, the awfulness of a man's heart who lives in darkness and doesn't know the love of God. Um, but at the same time, it's my job to be a light. And um, I guess I'd like to not be swayed. Um, not let anything sway me from my trust in the Lord and from my focus on the Lord. And feels a bit like I have been lacking in spending that time um, soaking in the Word. I've been doing more so, and it will make a huge difference um, as I put my focus there. But I have been a little challenged by that because um, I'm with family and we're to be loving towards others as God has loved us. And it seems like my lack showing my gratitude um, because I let my emotions get in the way. And I have troubles um, sharing with all of you because I am used to writing and doing artwork, and my hands really struggle to do that now. So I'm going to practice doing what I can do, or that's my hope. Um, and I just pray that I take that time and that I find that motivation. Anyway, I think that's about as updated as I can get you. Um, I've got an appointment. No, I don't. I made a call to um, an oncologist receptionist or something, and she didn't understand why I was moving all over the place from uh, St. Luke's in Idaho to Cancer Partners of Nebraska here, and then Methodist. I mean, she just thought I was passing through or something, and was really struggling to get the full picture of what's going on here. And um, but she got the information. She's going to try to get some more information from all the hospitals, and all the hospitals had said they were willing to do that. And Pawnee City's being a advocate to me. They're only 11 miles away, and anyway, we'll see. She asked me what I wanted them to do, and I said I have no idea. I guess they need to look at the scans, and they're the oncologists, so perhaps they have some answers that I don't know about. But I would hope they would speak with God before making any decisions, and that they would wait for his answers. It's pretty remarkable that I've only coughed a couple times while making this almost 40-minute video. I don't like it when I cough. It's irritating because that's when it hurts. But I think I'm done. And thank you for caring all that you have asked. And I will always be honest. So, you can count on that. I guess I'll start saying if I have pain or something that is temporary, or if I have weakness, maybe it's lasted a week or something, week or 2 or 3. I have no idea. If I tell something wrong, it's because I don't remember. But anyway, hope you're all well, and one way or the other, the Lord's with us. Um, and I was just reading. I think it was John 1. What? Glasses are right here. Eye doctors. Eye doctor says I have really good eyes that people would be so happy to have. But I sure can't see to read in my age. I guess it was Philippians 4 that I read today. It's a pretty good word.